When Secret Kloset Ladies Shop reopens on Monday on Hillcrest, it will be another local sign that business in Kilcullen is slowly getting back on the road to normality. For owner Shirley Kavanagh Hallion and her customers, it's the beginning of a process which will be a bit different than it was, but maybe not too different.
Basically, I suppose we have to limit the amount of people in the shop. But that's not a huge change for us because of the type of shop that it is. Definitely we would have, we could have 5, we could have 10 people in the shop at some stages, but it wouldn't be the norm. Normally it's 1, 2 or 3 people. Yeah, so basically just kind of monitoring the amount of people in the shop. We still will have the fitting rooms open because we only have 2 fitting rooms. They're fully separate, as in there's a full wall between both of them. And anybody that tries on, then we are going to steam. And they don't, if they try on and they don't purchase the items, then we'll have a little rail outside the fitting room and everything will be steamed. I just think that sort of gives people a little bit more comfort maybe in knowing that the garments are safe. The difference is you can't go out and give your customer a hug. The customers that we know very well. But and I suppose the customers that would come into the shop and spend a few hours in the shop having a personal chat, because we have become very, very good friends with a lot of the customers. So that will obviously have to change.
Being closed, like most other businesses, since the middle of March, has created its own difficulties. But by going online and using Facebook to keep a virtual shop window in place, Shirley has managed to keep a certain level of turnover going.
The support was just brilliant. The amount of women that sort of ordered every single week. People are just incredible. And I know I'm a huge advocate of supporting local, but much more so now even, we have always had really good local support, but my God, over the last few months it's been incredible.
Since she opened Secret Kloset, Shirley has always used Facebook to let her customers know what's new in stock. She regularly models the clothing herself and posts the resulting photos. But during the lockdown, she brought that process forward to video.
I used to work in modelling, for years and whatever, and I was never, self-conscious of being in front of a camera, but I didn't talk. I found the first video, I was absolutely so nervous. I couldn't believe how nervous I was. But I go for it now, and I don't do all the fancy stuff. I know I could edit the videos, but I just think, people want it to be more real, so if you make a little bit of a mistake or whatever, definitely much more effective. You just, you get your point across, you can kind of say what you want to say. It's because, as I said, it is really down to the personal service. For me, just telling people about the fit or the content of the fabric or, whatever. So you don't really say all of that in a text, or in text. So videos have been very good.
Like any fashion-based enterprise, Secret Kloset is very much in tune with the seasons. And that means buying ahead so that the right stock is in place when, for instance, spring arrives. COVID-19 put a big spanner in that sequence.
Traditionally, we would buy more spring rather than what we call high summer, just because of our climate. We don't normally sell the really, really summery, we'd say the high summer pieces that you would, that would be traditionally known as holiday wear. We would still sell our spring collection because that obviously is spring into summer. Unfortunately, we got every single delivery from all of my suppliers, so I had a huge amount of stock, and then we literally closed. So it was very worrying because I thought, how am I going to pay my suppliers? But like I said, because we were able to sell quite a bit through Facebook, thankfully I've been able to keep the business afloat. And then with the weather being so good, definitely I know their lifestyle has changed, as in we're not going to events, but they're still buying, they're buying slightly differently, much more casual. And thankfully that's what I suppose that's our main collections, I suppose we do. We don't do very dressy clothing anymore, so we definitely do more casual. So I'm very lucky in that sense. We were able to sell, more of it than a lot of other shops. Over the last sort of week, I've taken in a huge amount of stock, which makes me nervous. because I have quite a lot of stock, but at the same time, there's logic in it.
Running what is normally a very personal business, online and by telephone, is all very well. And as Shirley says, it did help to keep the shop alive in survival mode during the peak of the crisis. But there's stuff that you miss very much.
Oh, just the personal interaction again. Because even though a lot of the customers that I've ordered over the phone and whatever, I've dropped it to their house, but I haven't seen them. I just literally leave it at the door and ring the bell and go, or not even ring the bell depending. So just to see people, I suppose, and I won't take it back to routine, because I have been going into the shop nearly every day. So I've kept to a decent routine myself personally, but I'm doing, it sounds like a complaint, it's not, because I'm delighted to have been working anyway, but I'm sort of doing treble the work because it's all done by phone. So I have two phones going, my work phone and my personal phone, and people are messaging me. So, you're messaging them back, and then, dispatching goods, so you're parcelling up and, printing labels and all that sort of stuff. So the work has travelled, I would say, for much less return. But as I said, it doesn't matter. You do absolutely anything just to keep the business afloat. So I think that leaves off a little bit, I think, because people will be able to come into the shop. So but I do still think that we will have a strong Facebook presence. I think we'll still sell quite a bit through Facebook, because I don't think everyone is going to be happy to come out at the moment, and there's still a lot of uncertainty around. I suppose some people are kind of saying, will we be able to try on? That was definitely one of the questions I was asked most. But as I said, I've done my research, and anything that has been tried on in the shop, or that will be tried on, we have a really very good steamer, and it literally takes a couple of seconds just to steam the garment. So that'll be easy enough for us to do that.
Business matters aside, the period of closure hasn't been all bad for Shirley. Her disposition is all about being grateful for every day, and she very much appreciated one silver lining to the situation.
I've just loved being at home with the kids, because now they're not kids, they're 19 and 15, they're young adults. But I just really enjoyed having that extra time with them, because when they're off in the summer, I'm working. So, it's great, we spend as much time as we can together. But I must say, I just feel very lucky that I've been able to be here with them.
That was Shirley Kavanagh Hallion, whose Secret Kloset Ladies Boutique is open for business again from Monday. I'm Brian Byrne on Kilcullen Diary.